Welcome to Up Next, where we explore the stories behind the work, the heart behind the craft, and the people shaping culture in ways both quiet and bold. I'm Sarah Henderson, and this is Women's Month. We are leaning into conversations with women who are building not just careers, but legacy. Women who are creating in ways that ripple beyond the stage, beyond the spotlight, and into the community. Because what we make eventually makes others, and what we create shapes confidence. What we build creates opportunity. What we model becomes permission for someone else. And that is not just influence, that is responsibility. Today's conversation is about design, not just as aesthetics, not just as fashion, not just as glamour, but design as inheritance, design as service, as identity, as legacy. Because the most powerful creations are the ones that outlive us and others. So, March is Women's Month, and every year we celebrate strength, resilience, leadership, the big words. But this year, I've been sitting with a quieter question. Beyond celebration, what are we cultivating? When the applause fades, what remains? For many women, legacy doesn't look like a headline. It looks like early mornings before everyone wakes up, late nights after everyone sleeps, emails sent between school drop offs, decisions made with both heart and strategy. Legacy often grows quietly. Women are architects of culture in our homes, in our communities, in our industries. We are taught to nurture, but we are also visionary. We are expected to be present, but we are also ambitious. We are encouraged to be graceful, but we are also resilient. And sometimes the world asks us to choose. Choose family or career, service or success, creativity or stability. But what if legacy is built precisely in the intersection, in the integration? In creative industries, especially, women have had to carve a space, sometimes gently, sometimes fiercely, to express vision while carrying expectation. And today we are talking about fashion, but not fashion as trend, fashion as storytelling, fashion as empowerment, fashion as economic opportunity, fashion as service. Because when a woman designs, she isn't just creating a garment, she's shaping how someone feels in their own skin. And that is powerful. When we think about legacy, we often imagine monuments, awards, or titles. But legacy can also look like this: a dress that made someone feel seen, a runway show that raised funds for a cause, a brand that created jobs, a daughter watching her mother build something from nothing. Design is not just decoration, design is intention. Every stitch says something, every silhouette tells a story, every collection reflects a season of life. A garment begins as imagination, then it becomes material, then structure, then movement, then experience. In the same way, a life begins with intention and slowly becomes impact. In the Philippines, fashion is deeply cultural. Designers are not merely creators of clothing, they are interpreters of identity. They preserve heritage, they innovate tradition, they generate livelihoods. But what makes me most moved is when design becomes service, when the runway becomes a fundraiser, when glamour becomes generosity, when creativity becomes community impact. Benefit fashion shows are not simple productions. They require leadership, coordination, trust, reputation. And to mount a show for a cause is to align your brand with responsibility. It is to say, my work can do more. And when a woman makes that choice, design transcends industry. It becomes legacy. Legacy is layered. There is the legacy of style, the legacy of mentorship, motherhood, leadership, the legacy of service. And sometimes the most powerful legacy is not what we leave behind, but what grows because we were here. Our guest today embodies that layered legacy. She is a fashion designer and the owner of Stola Exclusives, whose work extends beyond the runway. She is a member of JCI Womandawe, a community of empowered women leaders committed to meaningful impact and service. She is a wife, a mother, a creative entrepreneur, and what I deeply admire about her is how she uses fashion shows not only to showcase design, but to produce benefit events that serve causes larger than herself. So she designs, leads, mothers, builds. She gives back, and she does not separate ambition from heart. She integrates them. Up next, Eve Navales. Hi, Eve.
Glad to be here, Miss Sarah.
Hi, Eve. It's been a while, no?
Yes.
Dugay-dugay na sa tawa nagkita. And I mean, I know that there are so many Cebuanos who know you already as the designer. And I hope that today we get to know more the person, the woman, you know, the visionary. So maybe for those meeting you for the first time or having listened to you for the first time, can you tell us who is Eve Navales beyond the title of fashion designer?
Yeah, that's a very that takes a lot of words, no? Anyway,
Sige lang yun because we really want to hear from you, and
Yes.
I hope that we get to know you more because you've been doing a lot, not just for the fashion industry. You've done a lot of service as well, and being a member of JCI Womandawe, you know, you've done beyond the runway, as we would say. So kinsa man gyud si
Yeah.
Eve, or maybe how would you want us to know you?
Yeah. Well, my Eve Navales is a name that my co-designers when I am still nag-schooling pa ko as a fashion designer because ang akong apelyido is Managbanag.
Oh,
And the first
okay.
fashion show that I have in Robinson's Puente, the kuan kanang host naglisod siya og state so
Naglisod siya litok.
litok
sa
sa
imong
akong
apelyido.
apelyido. So my friend designer Bree Esplanada actually
Hi, Bree.
he told me, Ate Eve, you have to change your fashion name. You cannot continue using Managbanag. So
So, naay stage name,
Yes.
naay screen name,
Yes.
nasa tay fashion name.
yeah, something. So mo to, and then I say, oh, I guess kanang ang akong mother na iyahang maiden name is
okay.
Navales man. So, that's nice. So mo na I use Navales, Eve Navales. And when you say Evil, I'm Evelyn, no? So they say Eve na lang. So they actually call me Miss Eve, and everybody from that time is calling me Miss Eve. Yeah.
So, from Evelyn, nahimo siya, nag-shortcut siya Eve, no?
and then from Managbanag, nahimo na siyang Navales.
And I
so-
think it's it's also very I would say it's like it's all intentional, and it just fell into place because you're our first guest for Women's Month, and of course we know that Eve was the first woman.
Yeah.
No, if you believe in that story, and I think for us, we know you as Eve Navales, the designer, and now we're even getting an idea of kinsa man di ay ka in terms of name.
Yeah.
But I think ang ako sad siguro, it's like you've obviously had you pila nakaka years gani Eve sa industry.
I here in Cebu City, mag 10 years na ko on August. Yes.
Congratulations. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a big milestone.
Actually, I guess what I can say about myself, I started fashion, but dili pa na fashion. I didn't know that fashion di ay na during that time na nag-start ko og panahi. That
okay.
was I am 6 years old.
Wow.
Oo,
Nanahi na ka at
yes.
6 years old.
Oo. Because nagpuyo ko sa akong mom is kanang labandera siya sa akong she's washing clothes and also like maid no sa
Dili
akong
pa ni siya sa Cebu.
dili pa sa
Eve.
Cebu sa amo sa Inupakan.
Where is Inupakan?
It's sa Leyte.
Leyte,
Oo.
okay. Is that the Cebuano speaking basad na gihapon?
Like
or?
more siyang buhol kay Jaja man siya.
Yes, okay. Oo. So dili pa ni siya ang waray nga
Dili
speaking area.
dili sad oo.
Oo.
So na siya in between from like mga naa siya sa tunga from Tacloban, tunga siya sa Tacloban og sa Maasin sa Southern Leyte og sa Tacloban na waray na part. So Jaja ang ilahang ang among kuan jud ngadto. Ang
So,
siya si Ja. Oo.
Yes, I was just
Yes.
gonna ask. So, tell us more about that time nga, as a daughter of your mother who
Yeah.
was hardworking. And so, what made you, you know, maybe share with us how that childhood was like?
Yeah. Well, that's when I look back on that, actually I am really grateful because well, I don't know where the desire came from, but I just love to be with my ang bali boss sa akong mama is my auntie, no? And then she's a sewer, no? Like murag sikat siya sa among town. So may
okay.
siya fittings and all, and then daghan kay siya og kanang clients. So pag na kanang every time na maghimo siya og sanina na ako magatubang niya kay
Oh,
I really like it. Oo. So magsige ko pangutana sa iya ngano man na, and then before actually I consider my aunt, yeah, she just passed away actually, but
yes. Okay. That
I considered her very intelligent because magtaba siya diretso na sa tela, walay pattern.
Walay pattern?
Yes.
Wow.
Oo. And she learned since she was 18 years old. So that time curious kay ko. And then wala pa ko nag-eskwela ana. So kay before ang mag-grade 1 ka dapat 7 years old ka.
Yes.
That time I'm 6. So dili pa ko pwede. So nagsigi ko tanaw niya, nagsigi ko tapos motoin ko can I do something, no?
Yes.
So iya kong pahimo pataoron og hook, magdispuga ana kanang dispuga nga dapat is stricta man to siya, dapat dili makita ang thread sa the other side of the fabric ana. So and then ganahan gyud ko nga magtahi.
Yes.
So what I do kay di man ko niya tudluan kay for her well I understand her now because for her it's a waste of time. Samok-samok lang ka sa akong kay time is very precious for her kay daghan kay siya clients. And then so what I do is pag mo ngadto siya sa Baybay Leyte,
Yes.
sa neighboring town namo to para magkuan siya kupras may ana kay siya man na ana. So mupuli ko sa iyahang makina.
Sa iyang workshop.
Pajak na makina.
Okay.
So when I do that, first time nangabali ang dagom.
Oh my
So,
God.
yeah. So, nagkuhan ko unsa na ni. And then,
So, wala siya.
yes, wala siya. So, pag-abot niya,
Oo.
gikasabaan ko niya, nga, ano, ana. But then, as a kid that really want to learn, kanang, every time wala gid siya, mo puli gid ko siyang makina. And then, start ko, nga, tangtango na nako ang dagom kay para
Yes.
dili siya mabali.
So, ang imo is para lang yun mo.
Para
Mura sa
maka-
ka,
oo.
nagduwa ra yun.
Yes.
yun ka.
So,
Oo.
para makatigo ko kung kay magbali-bali man ang padyak-padyak. Oo. So, I learned, so nakahan ako, I have to learn first ang padyak, unsaon siya pagpadyak.
Okay, that's
And
a
then-
good, that's a good tip, no? I think for those siguro like, unsa
Oo.
ning padyak.
Padyak is katong na you will.
So, mo ni ang karaan
Ang
nato
karaan
nga
na
mga
sewing
machines.
machine.
Oo.
And then, that time, pagkantigon ako, so I started stitching na. Nag-stitch ka
Pila
ng
na imong age at that time? nga
6
nag-stitch?
pa.
So, at
6 pa.
same year.
Yeah,
Wow.
same, yeah. And then, I think that was so fast actually because gunahan magid ko makatigo. This is the really funniest thing. Until na fashion designer nako, my aunt
Yes.
would always boast to sa mga yahang clients when I go to her shop na kani ganahan yun ni siya manahi, naghimo kog short pants.
Yes.
Oo.
Mhm.
Out of kanang dako na skirt.
Mhm.
Oo. Tas di man ko niya tagtuluan sa pag cutting. So di bali nako nagkat-cut ko according ra sa akong kuan unsay flow sa akong brain. So ako siyang gikat lang nako siya, gibuhuan ako siya dinhaan, then waistline ni. And then what happened is tanan nga mga gather kay naar padung diri sa waistline.
Oo.
So lain siya tanawon. So pag-abot niya kanang naman mi sa nagpuyo sa ilahang second floor. Pag-abot niya pagkahibon ko kuan na ron kay before ang jeepney di ay sa amoa kay kuan ra na like kaduha.
Nakaschedule.
Naka-schedule. So when jeepney is coming, makadungog man ka sa tingog.
Yes.
Kasabot na gid ka ay ako na rong antiya. So dagan dayon ko sa kuan sa
Basta
stairs.
dagan ka kay mutago na ka.
Kay mo greet ko niya. Ipakita na ko
mo-greet.
akong shorts.
Okay.
Nga gihimo.
Okay. Yes.
So ngadto ko dagan ko sa iyahan.
So proud yun kay
proud
ka sa
kay
imong
ko sa
work.
myself. And I
Yes.
say, Tia, tanawa, I made a short out of the skirt nga, balloon skirt. And then she say, I don't really know if I will laugh or I will get mad to you. And I say, why? You should be proud of me because I made something out of, the skirt. And you say, hubuan na. Anak siya din siya. Hubuan na. Hubuan na magkarima. Dali. Kay tudloan na lang jud ka. So, mo to. The first time actually sa school, ang first na itudlo nila is skirt man. Ako, ang first na kong nahibawan is shorts.
Yeah,
Kay
okay.
mo man to iyang gitudlo sa ako. And then kadtong nakabalo na ko, naghimo na kog daghan kaayong shorts. As in, like I cannot
As a kid.
So
Bata
daghimo
pa
ko.
gyud kay ka, ani. Oo.
Naghimo na kog daghang shorts. And then from that time, nagdawat na ko og mga from that kanang kuan nagdawat ko og mga kortina kay para makakwarta ko.
Wow. Okay.
Magdawat ko kortina ang like ang elementary school sa Kunalom Elementary School sa among baryo. Akong kanang ako maghimo sa mga kortina ninyo kay straight raman.
Yes.
Nya sharing ra ana. So ako
nalipay
maghimo-
imong auntie nga na
Naka-
kay sa kadaghan siyang
Yes,
kliyente ang
oo.
uban ni adto sa imuha. Yes.
And then that time, I cannot forget my first income is 400 pesos. 400 pesos for all the curtains
Yes.
from grade 1 to grade 6.
Oh, wow.
Oo, nga mga rooms.
Aha.
Kay di ba naamanay ka ng evaluation something,
Yes.
nya mag-una
So,
sila.
6 ka classrooms?
Actually,
or pila sa naka-section?
kuan kay na may section section. So daghan to siguro ang section 1 ang grade 1 kay duha ka section, ang grade 2 duha ka section. So daghan siya. So basta ang akong nakuanan is 400 pesos at my age. I'm so proud kay kana nga
Yes.
time 19 unsa pa na siya.
Maubitaw. So, kung karon siguro kanang 400, mga pila na siya, no? Ang
Ngani.
equivalent. So,
Siguro,
mga thousands na sad na siya
Yes.
ron.
So I'm so proud, and then kanang mo to ang akong kuan nga ganahan gyud kay kuani. And then from that time actually dala-dalahon ako sa akong auntie. Usahay kadto siya nahi siya kanang sa mga towns gyud kanang sa mga mayors nga mga
Yes.
balay magkuan. Ako na iyang patahion sa kortina kay kanang kuan man kanang very particular man kay ko sa kanang katupong sa sidsid.
Oh, okay.
So pag kuan na niya, uy, mayo ka ha? Sige. So, di pay kay siya, na kaana siya, uy, may na lang, kay na ako'y kuan. So, mag-concentrate sa tabas, ako natigtahi.
Yeah.
That time, from
Okay.
kuan. So, that's really,
So, starting what age na?
from 6 ko naka-learn, so,
Wow.
7, 8, kana na siya.
Grabe
Sige.
ka early imong start,
Yeah,
no?
oo.
Oo. And this is as kanang sa imong pagpanahi. Siguro ang akong question is because, you know, now you're known as a fashion designer. When manisod ang fashion designing sa imuha?
Actually, ang fashion designing ni sulod gyud sa ako nga naman din ni siya pangalan na fashion design kay sastre ra man gyud na sa amo.
Yes, oo.
But that was kuan na pag Yolanda.
That's not too long ago.
Yes,
no?
2013
Yes.
when the Yolanda came because
Were you still in Leyte that time?
nana ko sa Ormoc and
Ormoc
I'm
na.
married
So,
already. I
still in
already
Leyte.
have a daughter. And then, that time actually during Yolanda, I am separated already with my husband.
Okay.
And then when Yolanda came, my boss from US was trying to reach me. And then that time wala nakakoy Facebook but I don't use Facebook good kay kanang I'm not so kuan man kay even that time akong clients kay personal rugged na sila. Like I will go to their house to get fittings, I will mga kuan, and then
wala pa shop.
wala
na
pa
Eve
shop
Navales
na
at
wala
that
pa
point.
siya. So it's very personal. So like ang akong mga contacts kay naragid sa akong phone. So I don't need
Yeah,
social
yes.
media and kuan kay
I
kanang
remember that inana nga time, no?
so ingana lang gyud siya ka simple, and then ihatod nako, and then kung kortina man ako mismo magtaod, kung sinina, well that time actually sinina na gyud ang akong mga
Ni
dresses
transition ta from curtains.
from curtains
From the shorts
yes
to curtains
To-
and then karon to sanina
to sanina
na.
na.
Oo.
And then that Yolanda, my boss who is a fashion designer, nagkon siya sa ako na I have been trying to reach you
Oo.
because I want you kanang become a fashion designer.
Oh, okay.
2013.
Kinsa man ni siya nga boss? Boss meaning
Kani siya nga boss, actually, siya jud ang without her, I will not be here. I mean, she's really the mentor that I have na she is not related in blood. She's a fashion designer. Nana siya sa US. And nasa chai shop dito. And that time, actually, when I was in college, siya ang nagpaskwela sa ako.
wow.
In sa Ormoc City.
So grabe gyud ni og support, no?
Yeah. And that time, actually, 1994, I guess. If di ko pag-graduate na ko high school, work ko sa iya as secretary.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
But she was already doing fashion design.
yes, fashion designer na siya at that time. And then, she was the one designing. And then, kanindot niya mag-draw. Oy, ana-ana. And then, sometimes, there was actually a time na client na nagpa-design.
Oo.
ang ako ni design sad ko kay i-drawing ana mo ana man jud na ang mga client. So akong gi-drawing and then she was so fun. Like kanang ano siya, Evelyn, come here. She was really so fun of me. Like she say, wow, kanang you can do it. And na close deal gito na ko siya nga client. Ano gani?
Yes.
And
So
then
that would be your first murag fashion design.
yes,
nga.
oo. And
Oo.
actually, from the countryside man ko, and Ormoc City sa city naman siya,
Oo.
maulaw gyud ko makig-istorya og client. But then, ano siya, no, ayaw ka ulaw. Dapat dili ka maulaw. Kay we are, she's a Christian, and she say to me, di ka dapat maulaw because we are all created by God.
Mm-mm.
So, dapat mo kaanggid ka. And you have a talent in you. You have to nurture it. And this and that. So, from that time, iya na gyud ko gi-build na para makantigo ko maatubang og clients. Oo. For me, pag makatubang ko gisa ka client, maluyan na din ko after. Oo. But then, oo.
Unsay atong tawag ana murag ang atong social battery no na nahutdan na.
Yes,
Oh,
oo.
kinahanglan na siya charging.
Yes, so that time umauna na kuan kanang she I guess she really believed that I have the ability or maybe the capacity to
Kay
do.
nakit-an gyud niya.
Mm,
Mo na
yeah.
I think no nga murag nasayangan sad siguro siya if dili ka mo
Mo
pursue.
pursue, yeah.
And I think that sakto gyud siya because look at you now, 'di ba? You are Eve Navales now. And so I think murag daghan-daghan na baya gyud kayo. I mean since you've started, no? But I'd like to still continue with the conversation wherein you said na you had that call, your mentor, your boss told
Yeah.
you that you should pursue
Yeah.
fashion design. So what happened next?
What happened next was she told me, you find the best fashion school in the Philippines. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then I say, what is this, no? And then moto na what I did is I search.
Yeah.
And then when I search in the Google, Fashion Institute of the Philippines ang nigawas.
Yes.
But then it's in Manila. Wala pa ko kabalo nga naa di ay
Oh,
Fashion Institute
okay.
of the Philippines sa Cebu. And then I have a daughter who is that time is maybe 5 years old. So Manila is too far for me. At least ang Cebu is ra 2 hours ra.
Labang lang
Oh,
tagdagat.
malabang ratag dagat. So I try to find and then actually that time I have a wedding na nakontrata na ako. So I have to go to Cebu. And actually I go to Cebu more often naman kay kanang I'm sa when I work with my boss for maybe 5 to 6 years guro. And she actually na kumbaga naka-graduate ko college because of her, because I work in her and ano. And then I'm the purchaser man also. So I knew the Black Fabrics, the Golden Thunder before na patoy Golden Thunder na fabric store diri sa Cebu, sa Gorordo, tas na Cebu Family House of course.
Yes,
And then
oo.
one of the kanam ko'y suki diha sa Family House, I have only to call ana. And then nangutan ako kanang na fashion school dira sa Cebu. So
okay.
mo to ni ana si Kathy nako. Naa ma'am Fida mo ni ana-anay ko.
Kathy is from
Kathy is from Cebu Family House.
Okay.
So I asked her, wala ba'y lain? Na ba'y Fashion Institute of the Philippines dira? Kay niana man lagi siya now the best school in the Philippines. So niya mo may giingon sa Google. So nako is it really true or ana ko? So niana ko sa iya ha. Okay kanang I will try to find if na ba'y Cebu. And then I asked her again and she ay naa di ay ma'am. So mao to my boss actually she sent me to FIP, all expense paid by her.
Wow.
Akong tanan like akong allowance, food, tuition, boarding house na ako, everything as in.
So she sponsored everything.
Yes, she sponsored everything good.
Inana ang iyang belief nimo
Yes.
no nga
And
she was so confident that this is for you.
Yeah.
Oo.
But actually there's a story behind that. Ma'am.
Unsa man?
Because
Sige, maminaw jud me.
actually ano ko, why would you do this for me?
Mhm.
Ana, na, kay, murag, it's too good to be true ba? So, my boss say, you know, Eve, when, actually, ano siya, when I was here, kay, kanang, uh, bali, ang nahitabo mang good at to, I'm, year 2000 something, 2002, 2001, 2002, 2003 na time. She has to decide whether to stay in the Philippines or to go to US para apason niyang husband.
Mhm.
So she say, it's like do you choose your family or you choose to be here sa sa Philippines, no? And then that's what I know, that's a hard thing for her to decide.
Mhm.
But then of course she has to choose her family. So
Yes.
niapa siya sa iyahang husband sa US. And then ako iyang gibilinan sa shop.
Oh, okay.
That time I'm only 19 years old.
Wow.
Yes.
Oo.
And then, what happened ano siya, you know, Evelyn, actually,
Evelyn
tawag,
pa kaato.
oo, ang iyang tawag na ko kay Belen.
Belen.
Yeah,
Oo.
ti dili ko ng Belen kay mura og tigulang. And then Belen jud niya B pag yun na Belen. Oo.
Oo.
Ti dili lang siya nya mao naman iyang naandan. So mo to. In a way, ano siya. That time for like 3 years maybe na ako ang naghandle sa shop niya. Kuan kanang it helped her and her husband to go through each day sa kanang sa US kay of course ni ngadto lang sila ba, and then kumaga nag-struggle sila that time.
So,
And
ang imong pag-manage
akong
sa iyang
padala,
shop
oo,
kay mooy
help
help yun nila settle
yun nila.
nila.
Yes. Every end, and she even told me that every end of the month they are waiting for my
Oh, wow.
kuan good. Oo.
Swerte sa
And-
gyud kaayo siya nimo gyud.
Yeah.
Eve, no? Because I mean, of course we've heard of so many stories wherein in ana ba kahuman
Yeah.
ang imong gibinlan
Yes,
kay
oo.
sayop magka-problema daghan, but for her it's you've become a blessing gyud.
Yeah, that's
Oo.
what he kuan kay she really, and it was really she said to me, I never told you, but you really kuan kanang mo na ang story.
So now murag that's her like
Like
it's her
paying
way of
paying me back, and then I didn't know, I really didn't know. And then nakuan ra sad to kay after paghawa nako kay ni-graduate nako, tapos kanang I want to find kanang nag-real estate ko na ba, so I want to find kay kumbaga ni-graduate naman ko bali mura ganahan ko mo explore.
So when you graduated and we mentioned real estate, does that mean nga ni focus ka og real estate and then gibiyaan nimo ang
Yes,
passion
oo.
for a while?
For a
Oh,
while
okay.
because I want to explore. Oo. Kay kanang I've been doing it from 6 years old
Yes,
until
taas-taas na
so I
bitaw.
want to explore. But then actually bisan katong 2 years na nag-real estate ko, napaghapoy magpa-coordinate nako, napaghapoy magpatahi nga bridal gowns, mga bridesmaids ingana nga ni.
So ikaw, for you, nihunong ka, pero ang mga tao, wag gyud
Wala
gihapon
gyud gihapon sila nihunong.
Padayon gyud gihapon with you.
And then one thing actually was surprising to me with my boss is she said, actually when you left, wala na sad sila nakadawat. Ana ba? So
okay.
it was really for me, mao ba? So na medyo na shock ko na okay, but then nakakuan naman sad sila hinuon,
Kumbaga,
Gikuan na sa Ginoo na-stabilize na sad sila. So I was really like wow. And that for being kumbaga your integrity, your honesty,
Yes,
your trustworthy sa kanang butang nga ihatag sa imuha is very very important. And kana who knows, wala gid ko kahibalo na.
And you know, for us, like normally it's that's what's expected. And for you, mo nang murag na shock ka because for you, wala, you were doing it like
Yes.
like what you're meant to do. No, and you didn't know the impact that na hatag
Yeah.
day nimo sa ilaha. And
Yeah.
so now no, pero pila na to ka years ago. So you're saying that that was their way of giving back to
Yes.
you because for you they've helped you, but in fact you've helped them a lot.
Yeah.
And so how did you find your best design school in the Philippines?
Yeah. So, yeah, Kathy told me, no, there is Fashion Institute of the Philippines in Cebu. So I was so happy because I don't have to leave my daughter for so long. Like,
Yes.
if my concern is especially if kanang masakit, I can just go ana ba
Unsa na? Fast jet?
fast craft.
Fast
oo.
craft, no?
So ana mo gina. So that time, so na mo to, I have to study and naka-concentrate good kusad ko og kanang kuan kay murag gihatag gi-allow gyud siya sa panahon and all. Oo. And then that was the start.
Oh, okay.
And
So when was this, Eve, in terms of year? Unsa niyo siya nga year?
this is 2014. Okay,
2014.
I'm studying 2014 to 2015.
So 1 year ang
1 year kapin,
Okay.
almost 2 years because
Almost
I
2
cannot
years.
take the courses man because naa siya before advance you have to take the basic.
na siya
Na siya,
category, unsa man tawag ana? Levels, category, or skill level man na siya, no? Oo.
Yes, so
Okay.
you have to step by step i-learn ang
So
mga
dili sa gyud pwede nga gidiretso nimo.
mo
nga
jump
tanan.
ka. Mm-mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, actually, I really have no plans na, I don't know. I don't plan my life good actually.
Wa ni mo planohang nga
Oh,
designer
yes.
ka.
Wala ni na ko siya giplan. It's just that when I go back to my hometown, I don't feel happy anymore. I feel na murag this is not where I have to be. Murag, I can do
Yes.
more.
Oo.
Like dili na gid ko siya. I don't enjoy it anymore. Wala na siya suddenly murag wala na drive, murag ana ba. And then akong boss actually she wants me to open a dress shop or a boutique in Baybay, but the demographics is very small.
Yes.
And in Ormoc sad murag dili sad kay niya feel ang Ormoc. And then there is kanang na ilahang investment, they have to invest this na turn into iba ang ilahang then so mo to na okay, what will I do now? And then naay usa ka teacher nga iyahang ibaligya ang iyahang shop.
So was this after graduating na? From, okay.
So, nag-offer siya, ako ni baligya mo ni Ana. And then, gi-offer niya sa ako. And then,
So the shop is here in Cebu
yes,
City?
in Talamban.
Talamban. Okay,
yes.
yes.
So, mao to, that is the beginning of the story. Because, actually, that time, nag-apply sad ko because that time na ay gi-open nga grade 11 o grade 12.
Yes.
So, I apply for
the senior high.
senior high na kanang teacher sa sewing, something like that, sa TVL.
Yes.
So, I applied for it. And then, while waiting sa result, niabot na siya na opportunity. And then, niana siya, pwede rin mo i-staggered payment mo ni Ana. Wow, Ana. So, ako siya, August 3, 2016, niari kong Cebu. Akong gi-assume ang shop. And then, after that, mga like 2 months after, gitawagan ko sa CHED
Yes.
Yes, na duhara daw mi nakapasar, mo ni ana
So,
ana.
nadawat sad
Nadawat
ka.
ko.
Oh my God.
Oo.
Oo.
So, mo to, I have to choose stability or kani akong
Mhm.
passion. Oo. So, mo to. But to
So,
make the
unsa
story
man?
short, I choose staying in the my passion.
Mhm.
Kay mas ma-enjoy man ko. Like yeah,
Yes.
especially when clients magkuan sila. They will like the dress and they will appreciate it and kanang ibali-bali nila akong sanina, like they will appreciate how clean it is and may ana ba. Mura kog ma feel alive, mura kog ma even if it's not kanang expensive or kanang wala gyud ko like my actually is I don't really kuan for the money na madato ko because I don't do it for that. But I will feel like nice satisfaction.
Yes.
Na wow na nalipay especially when the client is happy. Oo, and they feel na kanang angayan sila na ako jud ni Eve like wow because that is really what I want. My designs are kanang kuan ganahan ko babae lang gyud ka and you just you don't
Meaning
need
the
you don't need to put kanang daghan kayong accessory or kuan just to kanang flaunt or ganahan ako kanang simple ba and I'm happy because mga clients na mo mora sad gyud ang
yes.
ilahang
Because I think you also attract man, no? Like
Yes.
your the way you design, you also attract the clients nga pareha sa nimo o
Oo,
kanang
ana.
pagtan-aw when it comes to fashion. But you know, just having wow, daghan na kaayo. Murag for me, this is also an eye opener because obviously I've known you for a while, but a lot of it is really based on your work as a fashion designer. And this is like, wow, this is really nice sharing for me. And a lot of it is how you have been given opportunities, but the more important part of it is that you actually grab them and you turn them into something that makes you who you are now. And I'm so glad that your mentor pushed you to take that design class
Yeah.
and all because the world needs more of Eve Navales. And if you actually are listening right now and you'd like to share in this conversation, you may drop your comments and later on you can also re-listen to this in YouTube. Anyway, this is Up Next, and I am Sarah Henderson. So I'm with Eve Navales, a really known designer in Cebu City, and we've just started to talk about how she started in fashion design. Started out as a kid and just doing the little tricks, no? But maybe now I'd like to know more of your process because it looks like you're really clear. You have a very strong voice as to who you are as a fashion designer. But share with us, like, how do you come up with your designs? Like, unsay maguna? Ang inspiration, ang tela, ang color, ang whatever. I mean, like maybe let us into your world, how you do things.
Okay. Well, I sometimes I do kanang backwards.
Backwards.
Oo,
Yes,
backwards
okay.
like ako sa himuon ang like when naay mga times man good na ang client maghatag na sila og tela nimo. And
okay,
oo,
yes.
so maghatag na sila nimo og tela and you have to do your work as a fashion designer. Unsaon na nimo ang tela kung flowing siya, so unsay ma-apply na design para ani kung stiff or unsa ana. So and then unsa ang shape sa body shape sa imong client. So usahay sometimes I imagine first, sometimes I work on that fabric first na this is what I have to do. Like for example, na ako'y, dili na ko makalimtan. My first na kuan, nag-photoshoot me for Sunstar.
Yes.
Oo, na dress. We just do it in one day.
Wow.
Oo.
Okay.
Na ako'y, pag kuan ako, kay I don't want, ano ko, oh my God, kay, that was the first month na nag-ari ko sa Cebu. And they say, oh, mag-photoshoot ta for Sunstar.
This is your first
This
month.
is my first
Wow.
pagyud. So ano ko, oh my God, I have to, I don't want to mugasto ko og fabric. I just want to use what I have.
Okay.
Oo. And then nakakita ko electric pleats, nakakita ko glaze. So ana, from that fabric,
Not your usual combination,
Mm,
no?
oo. So, from that fabric, ano, what can I do with this? So, nag-imagine ko na, okay, ingani-unin ako. So,
More kag nag-problem solving.
yes, oo.
Okay, mo ani ang naani mo, unsay imong angay buhaton with that.
Oo.
Yes.
So, unsay dapat ang neckline? Ganahan ko halter. Unsay ganahan ako sa skirts, ganahan ko serpentina. And then, what will I do with the electric pleats? Ganahan ko na ay wave. So, ako siyang gibutang sa hips na mura siyag scales. Ana. So, mo to. And we just, actually, I don't even draw it. Kay,
Wow.
oo, ako
Naasa
lang
imo,
siyang
oh.
gi-imagine.
Yes.
So, mo
Mura
na-
sa ning imong auntie nga way buhat-buhat og pattern. Diretso lang sad buhat.
Oo.
Tanan
So,
Yes.
ang that time na naman ko'y sastre. So, na siya, unsa ni ma'am? Kanilang ti. So, sunod ani, kanina sad. So, ako ra siyang gikuan. Akong tabason, kuan ako. Tapos, so, we did it in just one day lang yun.
Wow.
So, mo to, pagkuan, ay, okay raman sa di ay. So, but sometimes, I guess actually for me, magdepende siya. Like for example, ang client is moingon siya na ikaw bahala, ganahan kay ko.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Oo.
really my favorite kanang moingon siya, ikaw lang ang bahala. Kay when the client will say to me, ikaw bahala, kanang like murang ma-excited kay oh my God, I can do it on my own.
You have
So,
the freedom,
Yes,
no?
I have the
Oo.
freedom to do it on my own. Unsay akong vision, kuan ako, so mabuhat na ako. And then ang depende gid siya. So if ever ang client kay na siya design daan and then ipa-modify na lang sa imuha. So like unsay mo bagay na ako, moingon siya na ganahan ko matabunan ang akong sa may bili dapit. So
Yes,
I have
oo.
to do peplum baron or ana. So magdepende siya sa kuan. I'm very how you say flexible kung depende kung unsa ang naa na situation. I will just
So because you have these two groups, no? So as mentioned, you have the group wherein they'd say, yeah, it's like feel free to design, to do whatever you please. You think na that would work for me. And then you also have the other group where is very unsa man siya, in a way almost dictatorial as to the design. It has to be
Yeah.
this. Usahay nagbitbit na og drawing.
yes, oo.
Nagbitbit na og tela.
Oo.
So it's like what's left is for you to execute na lang.
Execute, yes.
Oo.
Oo.
But you really enjoy when you have the freedom to
Yes,
create
oo.
something
I guess,
new.
oo. Every creatives, I guess, is very kanang excited to do something kanang ikaw lang alone o maghunahuna sa mo.
So I think no kanang mo na musulti gyud ko nga Eve Navales now. Musulti tag Eve Navales as the brand, no? Nagani koy kapila na gyud na makitaan nga kanang gown or dress on social media or in an event. Usahay sayo nang gyud kaayo maka-identify nga ay Eve Navales man gyud na. So when I have the time to ask the question, ask them, it's like, yeah, ma-confirm gyud nga imo gyud. And I think a lot of it was also, the experience that I had with you in 2020 when we had the last V-Day Cebu worldwide campaign to end violence against women and girls, wherein you were one of 3 designers who lent your works to our women kana siya. And ngadto ngadto ta nagkaila. Ngadto ta
Yes. Oo.
that was the first time that we've worked together, and my God, everyone loved your work. I think every woman who got you as their designer felt really, like they really enjoyed wearing you during
Yeah.
that time. So I guess now, I mean, maybe ni fast track ko in terms of service, but I think we all know that you are into service, especially being a member of JCI Woman Dawe. But I'd probably want to know, like, what made you say yes to, like, for example, that world, the V-Day Cebu. Um,
Well, actually, I remember that time my friend Mikael and
Yes.
Bree was the one inviting me.
Yes.
And then I was say, okay, yeah, I really, and then I asked for what is the advocacy. Mm-mm. And then, yeah, it's for the, you know,
For women
for women
empowerment. Yes.
empowerment and for against violence, no. And I was like, wow, this is because, well, if I have to mention, I married to a pastor, and
This was your first
this is my first
husband, the first husband, yes.
and actually the desire for the ministry is really within my heart.
Yes.
So when I pursue my dream to become a fashion designer, that ministry was like silent, sleeping
Okay.
inside me. So I really like it. Maybe sometimes I talk to my daughter and I say, maybe if I hadn't have you, because I was really have a hard time getting pregnant. Nagpahilot ko and all to just to have a baby. So because my daughter would say, what if ma you haven't got me because you have 4 miscarriages and this and that. And I say, well, I am in the ministry, perhaps I haven't become a fashion designer. I don't really know, but my heart is for the ministry. But well, of course, because I have the chance for this, and my boss is actually, maybe it's God's plan really for me to do this, because it's the he's giving me this talent. And that time, actually, if I have the chance to really make the one that you do, no, because I can relate when I was in the V-Day. I can relate the
stories.
the stories,
that were
yeah, the
there.
stories that were there.
So I think for those who are listening, one of the productions of V-Day Worldwide Campaign to End Violence Against Women and Girls is the very known play, The Vagina Monologues. So for that production in 2020, Eve, you were one of the 3 designers who
Yeah.
actually, yes, who shared your works for the 40 women who performed that
Yes.
night. No. So yes, the stories and
Yes,
and all that. So these were stories of women, different stories, but mo na siya. It's I think we're all able to relate
Yes.
to them. And it's kind of naigo ko sad kad pagsulti nimo nga ang imog yung grabe imong heart when it comes to ministry.
Yeah.
And I think that there are so many who have the same and are probably so busy and all that, and think that they are also away from ministry. But one thing I've learned is that we are all given talents or something that we're good at. And that's probably where we look into, like, unsa man di akong calling. And it looks like I feel confident that ang imong calling naagid sa fashion design, because aside from the fact that you're good at what you do, you're able to serve and inspire,
Yeah.
others
Mm-mm.
through fashion. Um, I think Karon, you mentioned ka sa imong anak and all.
Mm-mm.
Maybe if we can murag mo ano tagamay mo liko tagamay
Mm-mm.
no. You said you had a hard time uh, getting
Getting
pregnant.
pregnant, yeah.
Yes. But you now have a daughter who is
Yes.
almost 18.
Oh,
Almost or nag 18 na
18
gyud.
na.
Oh my
Mm-mm.
God, she's already
Mm-mm.
an adult, no?
Yes,
So
she's
dili
already.
na baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-mm.
But you have your career. You have your career, and then for a time you studied pagyud, diba?
Mm-mm.
But now you have your Eve Navales plus Stola exclusives, and then you have your JCI Woman Dawe.
Mm-mm.
What do you do to take, to make time being a mother?
Yeah, well, it's very hard actually. Yeah.
Yes.
It's very hard.
Daghan
Actually,
gyud kayo karili.
yes.
Oo.
The well, the first time that I came to Cebu, my daughter is just 9 years old.
Mhm.
And then there were times na na-close na siya sa school kay wala pa na ko siya nakuha.
Oh.
Kay nag-teach ko nag-teach sad ko sa fashion school na akong gikuan because they hire me to teach also. And then
This is the school nga asa ka ni eskwela.
asa ko ni eskwela, yes.
Wow.
Oo.
Yeah,
They
so see, muad pag yun eta, nag-teach pag yun ka. Oo.
So there are times na actually kanang being a mom and at the same time entrepreneur and
Yes.
kanang napadyud kay kuan it's very difficult to become a woman sometimes because the thing when your daughter is supposedly the priority, no.
Mhm.
And especially me, I have the fear. I always have fear for my daughter because well, if I have to mention, I am abused when I was a child, no.
Oh.
So
Okay.
uh
I'm so
my
sorry
fear
to
my
hear that.
fear for my daughter to experience that
Yes.
horrible situation is very maybe ikamatay gud na ako okay, if something happened to her, no. So I really have to make balance on it. And actually there was a time that my daughter wanted to take suicide when she was grade 5 to grade 6 because I have no time. I was so busy. We will just talk at night and mag-dinner, and then pagka morning, like as early as 4 a.m. I have to cook na para sa akong daughter na na siya baon, na siya kuan. And then sometimes I forget my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very kuan. I forget the days.
Kay grabe.
Kay grabe
ka-
akakuan
focus.
ang schedule and kanang ana ba. But and then this is very there was a time na nagluto ko 4 a.m. in the morning, and my daughters told me, "Ma, nagmata na di ka. Happy birthday, ma." And then I say, "Oh, birthday din ako karon." So, yeah, and then thank you, Maha, for cooking for me, even it's your birthday, even if it's too early and kanang you sleep so late na last night, and then you still manage to wake up early, and it's really difficult, you know. So especially if you have a daughter. Kung lalaki siguro murag siguro dili kay ko murag magkulba-kulba.
Natay
Yeah.
inana, no nga kanang it's also like double standard gihapon.
Oo.
Nga ay kung lalaki di kay ka magkulba kay ngano man kay is it because isog ang lalaki, or is it also nga dili kay ta mag-expect siguro?
Yes,
Although the world can be really
yes,
cruel,
oo.
and we always have to navigate between like letting go, trusting,
Yeah.
trusting that the world would be safe as it should be. But at the same time, again, that fear and all.
Yes.
But I guess one of the things that we all share, I'm sure, as kanang career women, and entrepreneurs, whatever you're doing, and as long as you're not a full-time mother, one of the things that we always have to live with is the guilt of not being there, and of thinking that we're not giving enough of our time, of
Yeah.
ourselves, of thinking that we're probably prioritizing other things instead of family and
Yeah.
all. Um, and yes, I think that that's something that many are able to sa may tawag na to as relate, agree, kana maka-feel yun ta ang kalisod
Yes.
ana no.
Oo.
And I think for this Women's Month, we would also really want to focus on celebrating the fact that despite of the challenges, we are able to stand up, and
Yeah.
we can look forward to what's next for all of us, no? So yeah, for you mentioned that you've had a difficult time with your daughter, but I saw her the other day. Was that yesterday? No, the other
The other
day at
day,
your
oo.
shop. Yes.
She's
And
helping me. Yeah.
so she's now like the little you at your auntie's shop, but
Yes.
and this is she's learning from what you're doing right now, no? And I think one of the things, siguro, like that I would like to think is that our children will always look at how we do things, and how we take pride in what we do. And I feel that seeing her the other day, it's like, yeah, she was in her element. She felt quite at home at your shop at Stola Exclusives. So before I want to like really get into discussing about you and service and all the things that you do for the community, maybe tell us more about the difference between Eve Navales and Stola Exclusives.
Yeah. Well, Eve Navales is my first brand, no? Well, which I do custom-made orders.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is still until now. I
Yeah,
mean, yes, that's you, and that's what you do.
Yes, that's what I really do.
So there's you as the person, and then you as the brand.
Yes.
Yes, the fashion designer.
Yeah. And then during the pandemic,
Yes.
yeah. Actually, before the pandemic, I already rent some pieces, especially the pieces that I do for fashion shows.
Okay.
Somebody will say, "Is this for rent?" And they say, "Ah, yes, okay. I will just rent it, then just display it." So, and actually, some models also will rent. So, makakita sila na, "Uy, that's how I actually met Steffi Aberasturi way back mga 2016-17 that time. When they see my work in the pictures sa Facebook, they will ask na, "Ana, is this for rent? Available when you for rent? Ana, ang size, ana." But then nagkadaghan. Pagka-pandemic, what I do is, ako siyang gipangbaligya. Oo. So, when, after na sa pandemic,
Because I think during the pandemic also, nihinay sad ang couture, no?
Ang custom-made.
Custom-made, yes.
And then, I realized that, nawang good ko yung classmate na, tag-iya sa Noel West sa Mayor sa Ormoc, daghan man na siya branches.
Nasad sila Cebu, diba? Yes.
And then she told me na kanang why not dili ka magpa-rent nga, you can make man. So
yes.
She say na kuan na like custom made na rental. And I say Yeah. And I was thinking, why not? Because
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's an avenue nga I can create something nga it's really me. Na
Yes.
it's my own, not from the client's design
Mm-hmm.
na they suggest now this is what they want, or so this is the avenue for me to create, and I have the freedom to create.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I decided na okay, I have to make this. And then at the same time, the If Navales is the custom made, because well, If Navales is dugay-dugay na gid siya. So even if I don't actually do campaign ads or ana,
Mm-hmm.
mabuo
Padayon yun
naara
gihapon,
gyud kay
no?
contacts, ang contact,
Yes.
ang akong contact nila is very very personal man.
And you have such a broad audience akong tawag, no?
Mm-mm.
Market or customers na, because you also have the students who want your designs, and then obviously you have the more mature women. So
Mm-mm.
murabag ka ng daghan yun kaayo ang naganahan yun sa imong work, no, and your
Mm-mm.
style. I think siguro ang next nako nga question is that what would you like to offer siguro nga now that you've made yourself accessible, your work accessible
Mm-mm.
through Stola? Maybe what would you like to offer as an advice to women who are still trying to understand or find ilaha sigurong signature nga style, no? Like unsay imong ikatambag nila
uh, Designers for
for customers, for women,
okay.
not necessarily the designers. Yes,
Mm.
kanang ganahan pa mo sabot siguro unsa ilang kanang unsay mo bagay nila and all, you know, that like I find it very comforting and also very reassuring, like whenever kanang like mangutana gyud ka nga
Mm-mm.
kanang naaka unsay, are you okay with the design, unsay ganahan nimo unsay highlight, emphasize, unsay ganahan tabunan kana ganing inana, very
Mm-mm.
thoughtful
Mm-mm.
as a designer. But for you siguro, like, yeah, what would be kana imong tambag sa mga women and girls who are probably like maybe not yet much into couture or like dressing up, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really kuan for me, because ang akong daughter is very kanang wala like makakita ka sa akong daughter mo, ana gid ang mga classmates niya, fashion designer imong mama.
Yes, oo.
Nya dili wala kay style, sense of fashion, something like that, because ganahan ra gid siya mag t-shirt, mag pants kay
Mao ni iyang
comfortable.
style.
Oh, mo yung
Yes.
style kay
Comfort.
comfortable ra siya.
Yes.
But then actually I am just waiting for her to be like kanang murag mo kuan na siya, maybe when she got work na ana na siguro siya mo na. And then well, for those mga like ganahan sila maka-find sa ilahang style or design na mo kuan sa ilaha. Actually, for me, dili na maka-remember jud ko always ang akong mentor na fashion designer, si Ate Mayet. What she would always say sa mga bride na kanang magpatahi sa ilaha. Mga na gyud siya, unsa ang neckline nga favorite nimo na you feel nga angayan kay ka.
Yes.
Mao na siya ang dapat i-neckline nimo during imong wedding. So mo na siya ang for me, actually you deep inside you know what is your style. You just have to try it, and then not just imagination, but you have to wear it,
Really
like,
wear,
or
no?
really wear it,
Right.
and then you will feel the kuan na, ay, this is me.
Kaya ang feeling, no, is very important. Although, of course,
Yes.
a visual also, the visual aspect. But mauna, many of us are probably stuck with the imagination. We look at a dress, for example, and then we'd say, ay, di ko angayan. Pero wa pa kakatry.
Wala po, yes.
Wa pa kakakita nga mubagay ba nimo or
Yes.
di. And in fact, I had that experience nga maybe you know, over a decade ago nga kana bang I wasn't into jumpsuits because I always felt na I won't look good in it. And then Mona, I had there was a feature, and then the stylists were bringing jumpsuits. And so of course, part of me wa pa ko nagsulob, nisultin ako na, oh my god, this is,
This is
maybe it's not gonna work for me. And then it was all the well, at least the plunging neckline, I'm all for it. But then it was sleeveless, and then Mona siya. But when I wore it, I felt good. So the feeling was really important.
Yes.
And I guess the size sad kanang sakto nga size no, dili kay kana ganing mag-imagine ta usahay na ay ang akong hawak inani kagamay. So mangita kag clothes imong gi-try to fit ngadto sa kagamayon pero dili da sakto.
Yes.
So we always keep thinking unsa ang murag atong standard, unsa atong ideal. But what's really important is the feeling of when you wear the clothes,
Yes.
wear the dress, and also the feeling of the fabric, you know, the comfort that it brings. So I really agree with that kanang imagination rakoto dili gyud bitaw na maayo.
Yes,
So I guess I agree with all our listeners. If there's something that you'd like to try, you know, like a dress, a short dress, something that maybe someone told you nga, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that. Because I remember someone also like saying na kani-ganing mga rules na to, you can't wear this if your body shape is this and ana. So dili na lang in town mo try sad no ang tao. But sometimes kana you have to try it on. So Eve Navales here is trying to tell you, go for it. Try it
Yes.
on and see how you feel. So we have a comment here from asa man to atong comment from one of our listeners. Hi to JR Jimenez 1660. You know, this is on YouTube. So when a Cebuana designs an entire history moves with her. Yeah. Mo ni atong comment. Unsay atong makasulti
Unsa
ani.
daw?
When a Cebuana designs an entire history moves with her. Kana siya. Laum-laum ni siya, no? And obviously, very specific siya because he's really saying Cebuana designer. And I guess there is story in every design that you make. And then I guess we don't really, well, in terms of fashion, we look into the history of fashion and all that. And I guess you will be tomorrow's history. People will be looking back and studying, you know, the works that you've done, and they will become like part of books and archives of showing what 2026 fashion was like. It could be you there, your name and all your work. Siguro ang ako is like, how do you see yourself in the future? Like if you were to look back in at least the last 5 years, in the future siguro mo ana ka kinsa man si Eve from 2020 to 2025. Unsay ganahan nimo nga masulti siguro sa mga tao?
Well, for me, I guess I would rather they remember me as not just a fashion designer, but also a friend, a friend that I really show up. I know. I mean, I deliver no matter what. Bisan like even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, I really I remember this is really for me this is very very important because as someone who has no name and as someone who is from the countryside who has nothing, you know, your integrity is very, very important. Mm-mm. So that is who you are, and you carry it with you. I remember like 2000. I forget already the year, but I have I have a deal closed.
Yes.
The entire Javier municipality uniforms
Yes.
in Leyte. I took it. Only me. I mean,
Wow.
just me. And then that day, I have to deliver. What happened was, ang akong sastre na akong gipa help,
Gipatrabaho,
gipatabang, na ano siya na ako na, karon na lang gabi, you get it, the 5 blouses na lang, actually. 5 blouses, I have to get that night, pagka mga 9 p.m. So, I have to go there.
Yes.
And then, nag-motorcycle me. What happened was, namin nakasugat na dump truck. And then, disgrasya me. And I was really kanang nag-collapse, na wadan jud ko. Oh God. And then, I was hospital. When I wake up, I forget what happened. So, when I wake up, I say, where I am, no? So, and I look at the other side, naa ato ang asawa, the wife of the driver. Kaya ang driver, miraculously, wala gid, as in, wala gid siya. So, ako lang ang I hit my head. So, and then I say, Uti, and siya, naka sa hospital, kaya nagawan ko, ay hala, Udi, ay no. And then I say, oh my God, ang delivery, i-deliver to. And I say that the first time I wake up, I say to ate,
Katong asawa sa
yes,
driver.
call ate Pinpin. She has to deliver the kuan. And moto, and then they were laughing. Actually, they call and then they were laughing. Oh my God, Evelyn, you are already in the hospital.
Ang imong gihuna-huna.
And imong gihuna-huna is ang delivery. So, that I guess that is one thing that I really, because that is my, I mean,
So
I don't know.
I guess what you want us to remember is really you as the person more than the fashion
yes,
designer. Yeah, and I'm sure that there are so many who would really saying, you've touched them as they've touched their lives. You as the person, and not the designer. Yes. So I think one of the things that really stand out in your work is kanang daghan kaayo kag of course no daghan kay mga shows, fashion shows. Yes. And I believe you've done fashion shows outside of the Philippines even.
Yeah.
Unsa to nga countries?
I have fashion show in Milan last yes, September.
That's Milan, Italy. Yes.
Yeah.
September lang. So this
last year.
2025.
Yes.
Wow, that's a big deal. So how did that happen? Ganun naabot ka ngadto?
There was a friend of mine who contacted me because they want a woman designer to represent Filipino.
And I guess there are not really many women designers in the Philippines, no, or even here in Cebu.
Yeah. So they contacted me, and then that's an opportunity for me to showcase my designs also. So yeah, we do it in Milan. And mostly actually during the pandemic, ang nagbuhi sa akong business is mga Filipino nga naa sa US, naa sa Canada, Australia, naa sa gawas. Because that time, ang kita diri sa Philippines is lisod gyud kay ang paggawas, ang pagkuan.
We were still in lockdown, no? And even if ang uban countries kay na okay na sila, kita kay dugay kaayo ta.
So so that time actually maog gyud ang kumaga I survived because of the orders coming from especially with my mga Ate Ana,
Mm-hmm.
we do like mga dresses sa um, mga bata,
Yeah.
children's
Mm-hmm.
wear. And that was really a good ano,
So it kept you busy and it also sustained you
yes.
during the
And my
ano.
my staff that
Mm-hmm.
time, I remember kung wala nag-pandemic, dili kaabot akong staff og 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
So ni-increase yun
Yes,
noon. Yes.
that time because of
Mm-hmm.
the orders from US.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
So wow. So sometimes we these are the times na many would be like, oh, of course it was still challenging,
Mm-mm.
but for you it was a time to grow and to
Yeah.
thrive.
Mm-mm.
So I guess with everything that's happening, and I'm talking about, you've just had your fashion show in Milan in 2025, September
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
2025. Um, but you have an upcoming
Yes. Mm-mm.
benefit fashion show this
Mm-mm.
weekend,
This
and
weekend,
this, yes,
yes.
tell us more about that.
Mm, we have this Gahom o Gugma fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fashion show for ACOS with Marco Polo and JCI Womandawe uh, for in celebration of the Women's Month. Our beneficiary are the cancer survivors of uh, Mandawi.
Okay.
Actually, this is a continuation of what we do last 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2021. We also have a fashion show for a cause in
Mm-hmm.
Mandawi, in the Mandawi complex that time. And yeah, we also have, at that time actually, we also have uh, many breast cancer survivors.
Mm-hmm.
We dress them up and and then we also have the proceeds of the tickets. We give it to the breast cancer survivors.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So, for this show, no, the benefit production, when we say benefit, no, dili ang, kumbaga, ang focus is not profit. Dili nga
Yes.
makakwarta. Although we already know that with Eve Navales, it's always about love and passion for the work
Mm-mm.
first
Yeah.
before profit. Uh, but why did you choose to align with this organization and the cause for, to help the cancer survivors?
Mm. Yeah, because I see the the women
Mm-hmm.
with this I have a best friend who has a breast cancer also,
Uh-uh.
and it's very difficult, really, like financially it's draining you.
Yes.
And it's not only the financial but the emotional. At least with this, we can help a little to uplift their spirits when you
Mm-hmm.
dress them up and you can see their smiles wearing your
Mm-hmm.
clothes. And it's a way of also for me to give them hope.
Mm-hmm.
And then that even if they have this, they can still ramp and they can still wear nice clothes, and they can just uh, mm, be an inspiration also to other survivors.
I think it's also a strong message, no? Na just because you have cancer doesn't mean
Mm-mm.
that life has to
Has to,
stop or and
yes.
end there.
Mm-mm.
It's like it's also of course many of them are survivors, but
Mm-mm.
doesn't mean that it's like they're safe. So,
Yes.
but it just gives you something nice to do, something to look forward to, something to celebrate,
Mm-mm.
and it's shows like this that give that experience. It's really the
Mm-mm.
experience that we're
Yeah.
after for this for this weekend. That's at Marco Polo
Mm-mm.
Plaza Hotel. Who are the women who will be part of the fashion show, Anasha?
The women, it's actually selected women.
Mhm.
that are empowered women. Actually, you're one of them.
Oh, yes,
Mm.
yes, thank you so much. I will
Mm-mm.
actually be walking the runway this Saturday, and I
Yes.
feel really honored. Kanang dili pang hambugay or anything. It's more of like being part of a group of women who
Mm-mm.
really believe in empowerment and having that voice and all that. I guess knowing also that this is for the benefit of the cancer
Mm-mm.
survivors, it adds a different layer. It
Yes.
just tells us also that what we're doing is not about us, because
Mm-mm.
you choosing a group of women who are supposedly recognized as empowered, that's
Mm-mm.
one layer, and
Mm-mm.
that gives us some sort of, that's recognition. But the second aspect of it is that we are actually doing it for a cause that is bigger than us. Then again, that's a different layer. And
Mm-mm.
how can people support?
Mm.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Well, we have this tickets. We are selling tickets for the audience to witness the show.
Mhm.
So we have one ticket is 1,250 with
Okay.
cocktails already.
Okay.
That ticket is actually is only that is for the
So the proceeds will
yes, the
be
proceeds
for,
will be for the cancer
and
survivors.
the name of the event is Gugma o
Gahom o Gugma
Gahom o Gugma. So Gahom is the Bisaya for power,
power,
and then
yes,
Gugma, of course, is
love.
love.
Mm-mm.
So I think for those who are really interested, that would be this Saturday, and that's at 2 o'clock in
Yes.
the afternoon at
Mm-mm.
the Polo Plaza Hotel. Where will it be
In
held?
the grand lobby.
At the lobby. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So for those of you who would like to witness the work of Eve Navales, at the same time support the cause to help cancer survivors, you may go to Marco Polo Plaza Hotel
Mm-hmm.
and get your tickets, which is at 1,250 each, including
Mm-mm.
cocktails already. And
Yes.
I guess you can also reach out to the page of JCI
JCI Woman
Woman
Dawe.
Dawe,
Mm-mm.
which is the co-organizer. So this is
Mm-mm.
presented by JCI Woman Dawe
Mm-mm.
and Marco Polo Plaza Hotel, and
Yes.
of course Stola Exclusives.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Now, with JCI Woman Dawe, we know that there are so many chapters now of JCI. So
Mm-mm.
you belong to Woman Dawe. And murag
Mm-mm.
klaro kaayo siya nga, of course, you're playing with the words woman
Mm-mm.
and Mandaue, the
Yes.
city in Cebu. How long have you been a member of JCI Woman Dawe?
Mm. I am 4 years. Just
4 years,
4 years.
just
Yes.
4 years.
Mm-mm.
So when you started,
When
after your fashion show, when you did the fashion show, were you already
actually,
part?
I'm already part.
You were
Yeah.
already part of
Yes.
that.
Mm-mm.
Yes. So, what made you, be part of this organization? What made you want to offer your services?
Um, because I really like to do this. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like how you say my men when I used to be in the ministry, that it's there's a missing piece of me,
Mhm.
no. So this JCI is my way to also to do that
Mhm.
ministry. Well, I actually my partner and me are also having uh, an non-government organization that
Mhm.
is also like feeding or
Mhm.
we also doing another thing to help people. But with JCI also, it's an organization, so it's more of like mm, how you say the work is more broad, and you know
Mhm.
there is more avenue to do work here
Yes.
than your
Oo.
personal.
Mhm.
Because the personal is very limited.
Mhm.
Like a percentage of my income will every December we really go to feeding and
Mhm.
giving Christmas gifts to a certain area, different areas.
So personally, you're already doing works, no? That
Mm.
of service doesn't mean that it's related to fashion or design.
Yes.
Like you've mentioned, feeding
Mm-mm.
and all.
Mm-mm.
So with JCI Mandaue and this project that you are doing this weekend, what are other activities? Maybe are there other that's part of the program aside from the
Mm-mm.
fashion show? Are there anything else that we can look forward to?
Actually, in after the fashion show, we have now a bazaar in Marco Polo.
Oh, okay.
We
It's
are
ongoing.
Yes,
So
it's
we can
ongoing.
go and visit already.
Yes.
We don't have
So
to wait for Saturday.
yeah, there are like jewelries,
Mm-hmm.
bags. These are women-led businesses
Okay.
in Marco Polo, and then actually we have also um, like a talk or a forum
Mm-hmm.
that will be on March 14.
March 14 would be 2 weekends from now.
Yes, March 14, we will be having just like a talk show, something like the DTI will be there.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a financial advisor and consultant or uh, for business women. That is
Uh-huh.
to maybe there is also offer of advices
Mm-hmm.
and the that women-led business going through, no. So we have this like little talk
Mm-hmm.
on March 14 before we end the bazaar.
So daghan yun og activity. So
Yes.
the bazaar that you've mentioned, which is already ongoing,
Mm-mm.
will end on the 14th. So it's a total of 2 weeks actually.
Yes.
So if you're going to attend the fashion show this Saturday, you will actually be able to catch and see the brands, products that's women led. So mga
Yes.
Cebuana entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Yes. And that's going to be at the lobby of the Marco Polo Plaza Hotel. So that would end on the 14th. So in fact, there's so many activities. You have Gahom and Gahom o Gugma, which is stories worn by
By women.
women,
Yes.
and obviously that features your work.
Mm-mm.
And then you mentioned about the bazaar, and the one that you've mentioned, the Kamustahan Cebuana from Heart
Mm-mm.
to Hustle, is a business and financial empowerment talk. So I
Yes.
guess so to the listeners who are really interested in making use of, the Women's Month celebration, the next 2 weeks,
Mm-mm.
or yeah, the first 2 weeks, is really busy for JCI Womandawa and Marco Polo Hotel, which is your partner. No, aside from the fashion show featuring Eve Navales' work, you have the empowerment talks, and you also have bazaar featuring women-led businesses. Yes. So just go to Marco Polo, get your ticket.
Yes.
I guess you can just check at the lobby or reach out to the page of
Of GCI Woman.
JCI Woman Dawe. Um, Obviously, you've been doing, the fashion shows in Milan. I mean, that's a big deal and all. But I guess we can also see that your heart is really with ministry and serving. So that's why you keep on doing what you do with JCI and all that. Personally, you trying to serve our community. So I guess I'd like to know, as a woman who's balancing, your career
Mm-mm.
and then your personal life as a wife and as a mother, and then your business with Stola Exclusive, and
Yeah.
then there you have serving your community. What is the most meaningful lesson, siguro, that you've learned along the way?
Mm. Yeah. Well, I guess no, not guess. It's I am as for me as a woman and a human being, no. Um you have the power to choose who you want to become.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Mm, the principles that you will live, uh, that you have to live, no, because that is something that they cannot take from you. Mm. For me, the 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 best thing that really, because unlike well, I have to say this, unlike the new generation woman, uh, they already have plans like 10-year plan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They already have that, and me, I don't really have, I don't plan my life at all. I don't plan to be a fashion designer. I don't plan to be this and that. But the for me, actually, what uh what led me to here is my um perhaps the thing is just to have that your integrity intact.
Mm.
You have to show up, and you have to, I guess this is, I don't know how to really profound it in a nice way, but whoever you are and whatever you are, there is a gap between acting and just imagining.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. And you have to act even if sometimes actually me, sometimes I don't think, I just act on it. Like for example, there is a thing to be done, I just act on it. I have to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to time to overthink, so I just have to do it. But I guess one thing that is really important for me is uh, you should not be lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, there is there are times that you feel lazy, but um, I guess the best thing that you have to do is to really decide that nothing will come to you if you are being lazy.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I totally agree. No, but
yeah.
it's so easy to give in to not have to do anything and all
Mm-mm.
that. But we have bills to pay, and
Yes.
we have a life that we'd like to live, and so we just have to work. And as you
Mm-mm.
said, just do it. Just keep doing what you have
Yeah.
to do. Now, if many women daghan kaayo kanang ma-pressure gani to choose between your ambition and your career and then your family. So you have obviously navigated through these waters. So ako is unsa imong ika sultisad sa mga katong nagfeel sila ba nga kinahanglan sila mo pili. Kinahanglan ba yun nato pili on
I
ang
see.
usara. Oo. Does it have to be a
Um,
choice between career
career
and
and
family?
family. For me, actually, I guess you don't have to, because you're. That's what I say to my husband, my
Mm.
partner. No, I say you should not be another battle for me.
Wow. Oo.
Mm-mm. So I'm so lucky that my husband is very supportive of what I'm doing. And in fact, when I say I'm so tired, it feels like I want to give up, and
Mhm.
he is my, he is the one who will say, no, you have to. What can I do? What can I help? You know. um, that is the that is very very the very like how you say uh the thing that will keep you going also, one
Mm-hmm.
of the things. But actually you don't have to, you have to be, you have to stand in your own, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes there are times that you cannot lean. Even if my husband is very supportive to me, she cannot design for me, he cannot design for me, he cannot,
True.
he cannot do my work, he cannot
Mm-hmm.
sew for me, he cannot entertain the clients for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
He can support
he can
you
support you
by
in,
just being
by just
there.
being there.
Oh.
Love, I have to do this poster, I have to do the tags, I can do this, I can, yeah, he can offer me, oh, I have to bring hangers to your
Yeah.
shop, you
Uh-huh.
know, what do you need, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he can support me, but he cannot do all that I am, who I am,
And
you
I
know.
guess it's also very important that, like, when you are in a relationship, whether you're married to someone or you have a partner, it's also very important that your partner understands what you're doing and is supportive about it.
Yeah.
Lisod if dili mo support, no, kanang dili,
Mm-mm.
um of course we'd say na magiuban nga mosulti nga dapat ang family gyud ang first.
Mm-mm.
But again, I guess in this time we have to be able to do things. We cannot just be one person.
Mm-mm.
You know, we can wear different hats. We can be a mother, a wife, a career woman, a
Yeah.
teacher, an entrepreneur, and all that, and still be successful. But we can only do that when we have the support of the right people,
yes.
and that
Mm-mm.
includes the
Your partner.
your
And
partner.
also my daughter is
Mm-hmm.
very supportive of me. She makes my food.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I am so busy, she feeds me while I am
Wow.
working.
So kana mga inana, no,
Yeah,
kanang.
that's really
But I
yeah.
think mahimo siyang lisod good is that when you feel like you are on your own, it
Mm-mm.
becomes a battle. It
Yeah.
becomes like me against the world
Yes.
instead
Mm-mm.
of obviously we do things for our families, but when we feel like we're not really getting the support or the understanding,
Yes.
it's like nganong why am I here?
Yeah.
Nganong ako pa maning gibuhat? You
Mm-mm.
know, nganong mo
Mm-mm.
padayon pa man ko?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think maybe one of the last questions na nina kung ipangutana nimo, although daghan pa gyud kay taganahan mahibaw-an, no?
Mm-mm.
Um, and I probably would like to say, oh my God, my mom is watching. She's met you actually in one of the shows. And yeah, she's a fan. And Boss Julia saying hi. Hi to
Hi.
Boss Julia. Thank you for listening. Now, we are now at the last minutes of our conversation with Eve Navales. So I'm sure that there are young girls, young boys who would like to pursue fashion design or the creative industry.
Mm-mm.
So maybe share na lang sa Diod, again, your wisdom. What would be your advice to someone who would like to be a fashion designer one day?
For me is that if you really want it, you will make way. You will really get to it. You will the universe will put you there. But you just have to act on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first step really that matters. If you don't act, you cannot go anywhere. That first step is very essential. A very That is your first step really, is that defines or that is, no, not define, but that is the
Determines, maybe.
determines whether
Mm-hmm.
you are really how far you want to go for that,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't act, I have seen many, and I have known many very talented people, but they just keep it in the box. But that's
Kinahanglan gamiton yun ang talent.
you
no?
have to really make use of it. Don't don't be shy. Don't
Very
you know.
important because there are those who have the talent and then they probably lack the confidence
Yes.
and mo na wow, they don't want to share their work because it's not good enough. But
Yes.
I guess a lot of it is also like practice. So how would you reach a certain standard if mo na di ka magsigig practice, di ka mangita og mentor, I guess,
Yes.
nga who can help you and give you sound advice. But mauna, the very
Yes.
important thing is really to act on it.
Mm-mm.
So I think you are really, a person who wants to do things. A lot of our
Yes.
conversation karon kay kana gyud. Ang imong gyud is sige, just do it, act out, don't be lazy and all that. Now you with your daughter being an 18-year-old young lady. Yes, what's her name again?
Cherries.
Charisse. So Charisse is now 18 years old. I think ang ako is what message would you like to give to her, like to give her at now that she's 18
Yeah.
and helping you out at the shop?
Yes. Actually, she don't want to be a fashion designer. She said it to me ever since she was young because she saw me working hard on it and say, "Ma, you are working hard on this, but you don't make money so much." But well, it's my passion and she knows, but she's more into psychology. She is very keen to the personality of the person. She even study me and my partner, how we are thinking, our reactions. She's very so. But well, my message to her is that I am really proud of her, of what she become. Actually, even though well, because she's more on the thinking and her wisdom actually is I think she's more wise than me actually, because when she was in my womb, I pray that God make my daughter be wise like Solomon and have a heart like David. I that's my prayer for her. And I guess I am proud of her, of what she became, what she became now. But the thing also that I can say to her is that she should not be shy, because she is very shy and she has no self-confidence. Sometimes she don't want to go with me because I will be talking to the people and she don't want to talk to the people, and she has to I say to her she has to learn that she has to, because it has to, you need to, you need to, even if you are working, you have to talk to your boss, you have, so perhaps that is my message to her, to gain the self-confidence that she needs to have, because actually sometimes I'm thinking perhaps she is more like she say I don't go out because I don't need to go out because I really want to be at home. I feel complete at home, and I was so happy for that. But I want her also to go out and make friends, and because
Explore the
yes,
world. Yes.
yeah.
Well, Charisse, I hope that you make your mom proud, and I'm sure that you're very proud of your mom. So I think before we go, I'd like you to probably share with us your wish for anyone and everyone who wears Eve Navales.
Okay. My wish is that everyone that will wear my dresses, they will know that that piece of dress is really created from the heart. From the heart, and it how we say with my friend designer, we always say that we are actually, sometimes we're afraid actually to make our own designs. What if what if many what ifs, but just just that is thinking about the design is actually, there's a battle inside the brain. Oh, will this be, so every piece, I hope they will look, they will feel the hard work on it. They will feel the heart that we put on it.
So, Eve, listening to your journey from designer to leader to mother to community builder, what stands out is really your heart, your intentionality. So, you're not simply reacting to opportunity, you are shaping it. And you are not just designing garments, but you are designing impact. So here in on Up Next, we always end with a forward-facing question because this space is not only about reflection, it is also about direction. So Eve, what is up next?
Up next is, well, we have, I in my career now, I want to do actually and work on Stola
Yes.
as a premium designer rentals. Uh, that is my, I want to build that, that it's that an avenue for the clients who wants a unique piece, that you don't need to own it in an expensive, in a very expensive you know purchase, but to wear something that is unique, that you can, and you also helping the 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 world not to have garbage a lot. There's already a lot of garbage in our community, no. And also my with Eve Navales, actually, I want to focus bridals, like Eve Navales bridals. That is my, as well, I am already how you say, finding the what is really what I want to do, and I love bridals. So for my custom made, I want to focus bridals, and for the Stola, the rentals, I want to cater the 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 clients who wants unique and premium rent. So they will be they will be my up next plan that supposedly it's already starting now. Yeah.
Wow, thank you, Eve. So I guess there is really something extraordinary about watching a woman design her life with the same care she designs her craft. So today reminds us that fashion is not superficial, it is intimate. Clothing is the first thing we put on before facing the world. It becomes armor, it becomes celebration, it becomes memory. But beyond the garments, what lingers is influence. A mother building a brand while raising children teaches resilience without announcing it. A leader producing benefit shows teaches generosity through action. And a woman balancing marriage, motherhood, leadership, and artistry teaches integration by example. Legacy is not loud. It is consistent. It is choosing to show up, especially when unseen. Legacy is not only about what survives you, it's about what grows because of you. The confidence someone carries because of what you created, the opportunities that exist because you said yes, the generosity that multiplies because you chose service. That is legacy in motion. To every woman watching, whether you design clothing or conversations or classrooms or companies or homes, You are shaping environments, and environments shape people. The most radical thing a woman can do is align her gifts with purpose to create not just for applause, but for advancement, not just for profit, but for progress, not just for visibility, but for value. Because what we make eventually makes others. And the most beautiful form of design is a life designed with intention, layered, textured, courageous, generous. Legacy is not something we hope happens someday. It is something we are stitching, decision by decision. And when creativity meets service, when leadership meets compassion, when ambition meets responsibility, that is when design becomes legacy. This has been Up Next, our Women's Month series. If today's conversation moved you, share it with a woman whose work deserves to be seen. Tag a designer, tag a leader, tag a mother, tag a woman building something meaningful. Because visibility is also a form of service. Until our next story, keep building boldly, keep creating generously, keep leading with intention, and always ask yourself, what is up next?